Coming up on this week's basketball podcast, we feature Southern Utah's Jaiden Feroah, who's showing that you can always find your way back home after he made stops in Washington and Massachusetts. For his senior campaign, he's back in his home state of Utah. The 6'9" forward has been a huge part of this team this year. He leads the team in scoring. He leads the team in rebounding. He leads the team in blocks, and he's second on the team in steals. We get a chance to talk to him all about his journey and what's working for the T-Birds after they took home 2 huge conference wins this past week. Can they keep the momentum going? We'll find out. Without further ado, let's bring in the man of the hour, Jaiden Feroah. We now welcome in Jaiden Feroah. And Jaiden, the Southern Utah Thunderbirds coming off of 2 huge wins this past week. Take me through what's working right now for the T-Birds as maybe you guys have started to hit a stride during conference play?
Yeah, we have found a little bit of a stride. I think the most important thing for us is we've seen more consistency in both our offense and our defense. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but we're still trying to figure out our chemistry as a team because we had a couple guys join super late, so we didn't have the whole summer to work through and really figure out how to gel. So we're hitting our stride right now. We feel like, and we're confident in our record. We don't think necessarily shows how good of a team we have. So yeah, we're excited to keep moving forward. We have 2 more big ones this week, so.
Yeah, you definitely do. And you mentioned getting some players late. I mean, you look at almost the entire roster. I mean, it's just comprised of completely new guys. So naturally, it would take a few months maybe to get that chemistry. So what is something that you guys have done to help build that chemistry, whether it's on the floor, whether it's off of the basketball court? What's been key for this group?
Well, we're always hanging out. Like here in Cedar City, it's a pretty small community, but we still have fun. Like some of the guys, I'm actually part of it. We joined a bowling league out here. So every Wednesday night we're going and bowling. That's a lot of fun. We always eat food together after practice. So we're just spending time with each other on and off the court. It's fun.
Okay, yes, because when I was in Cedar City shooting basketball preview content, I interviewed Jaiden Feroah and he had mentioned the bowling league. So that was the start of it. I think you guys were just starting it. So who on that team has emerged as the superstar bowler?
Yeah, we've all improved a lot. Isaiah, he's been kind of our man. He's been our consistent anchor, and even Kai Burdick. Both of our centers are really they've been pretty good. They've had multiple games over 200. Now it's like consistent too, so it's a lot of fun.
What are you averaging per game?
Right now, my average sits in like the 160s. So
Oh,
yeah, not
all
too
right.
shabby. Yeah.
That's pretty good. Back to basketball. I love that you guys are doing the bowling league. I think that's fantastic. It's super fun. Um, looking at those 2 wins you had. So first you take on Tarleton State. That was an overtime thriller. How did you guys get that one done? And what was the vibe of the locker room after such a win where you guys have been putting in so much work? You haven't necessarily been seeing the results in the win-loss column, but now you finally get that.
Yeah, that game was a thriller to say the least. Now I think that was our first game in hundreds in a minute. So it was good to see us do that. But we we had our game plan going into that we thought we had an advantage in certain places and we could kind of hold them. Like the thing about those Texas teams is they're super physical and they're going to wear you out and wear you out. So we we knew Dior Johnson was going to be a problem, and he still had 40 points. But we thought if he had 40 and everybody else was under 10, then we'd be in a good spot. So just down the stretch, we kept battling. There was a couple calls we felt that didn't go our way, but we ultimately pulled it out in overtime. I mean, that was my actual second time fouling out ever. So yeah, that was brutal. But to watch that from the sidelines, but yeah, it was a good game.
Well, hey, regardless of that, what did Coach Jeter say to you following out? What was his message to you? Is obviously that's not something that you characteristically do, but in a game like that and for future reference down the line, especially as you get into Vegas, what was his message to you with that?
Um, just to be smarter. Like I'm a veteran player on the team, and I need to be on the floor in certain moments, and to do that, I need to be smart early on. I can't pick up a silly over the back foul or offensive foul, so I just need to be smarter. But I mean, after the game in the locker room, he had a great message to the team about this. We just needed to get the first one, kind of open the floodgates a little bit to get the ball rolling.
Yeah, and I mean, the floodgates seem to have opened. You guys cruised past Abilene Christian. Do you feel like that was just, hey, the pieces were clicking, we have the momentum, and now maybe that belief that Coach Jeter was talking about, we're starting to feel ourselves?
Yeah, it's definitely nice. It's good too because we're on a little home stretch, so we know we had to take care of business there. But it's also good to see us win in different ways. Like we beat Tarleton, we beat them when we're in the hundreds, and then we play Abilene and only score 70, but we hold them to 50. So it's a good sign to see us be able to win in different ways.
Looking at your journey personally, so you're originally from Draper, Utah, then
Yeah.
you go to Green River out in Washington, then you go all the way to the East Coast at Holy Cross, and then you find your way back to the state of Utah. Take me through what each of those stops meant to you and why you chose for your senior campaign to come back to Utah.
Yeah, no, out of high, I've kind of been all over the place. Yeah, but out of high school, I took the JUCO route because I just felt like I still had a lot of developing to do, and I wasn't ready to go be at a 4-year school where I just probably get buried on the bench. So me and my best friend from high school, we both went to Green River, and we were there for 2 years. We played under Coach Drake, who's an amazing coach. He actually coaches my little brother there right now. So I developed a lot there. I had two pretty good seasons, and then I transferred to Holy Cross. They were actually my only Division One offer. So I went all the way from the top left corner of the country to the top right corner in Worcester, Massachusetts. And last year I was there, I loved it. The only thing that was rough for me was just that 5 hour flight. Like my family only made it out to two games. So I really wanted for my last season to be able to play in front of my family, and now they pretty much come to every single home game. So seeing them has been awesome. Um, my grandma gets to make it. Like it's cool. We go out to dinner after the game. So yeah, that's why I chose Cedar City.
And obviously, the state of Utah, huge, but Southern Utah in itself, what were the conversations that Coach Jeter had with you that made you feel like, hey, Cedar City specifically, Southern Utah is the place where I can use all those tools that I've learned throughout my entire collegiate
Mhm.
career and showcase them?
Yeah, Coach Jeter, I like the vision he had for me. I felt like um I think my strength is that I'm a versatile player and I can play inside, I can play outside. And he saw the same things that feel like I see in myself. And he told me, this is what we think you can be, and this is how we're going to use you. And I love that. Like all the coaches, we were on a Zoom call before I committed, and they all seemed to be on the same page and beating to the same drums. So I was like, wow, that seems like a good spot for me.
Yeah, we were looking at some of your highlights and we were saying you pretty much are this Swiss Army knife for this team. I mean, you're leading the team in scoring, you're leading the team in rebounding, you're leading in blocks, you're second in steals. Was that a role that you initially thought you were going to be thrust into? Hey, not only am I doing all these things, but I'm top of the team on that. I mean, the team is relying on me to go out there and score. They're relying on me to go out there and be that defensive presence. Or is that something that you've really had to grow into this year as you've just seen the needs with the team and that's where you need to be?
Yeah, I definitely didn't expect to have this type of role, but I know it was something I was capable of. And just with how kind of things shaped out with injuries and whatnot, like it was the next man up, and I had to step into that. So I think it's definitely good for my development. And I mean, I'm happy to do it, whatever gets some W's in the win column.
Now, obviously, you're from the state of Utah, but Cedar City, what's your favorite part about living in Cedar City, getting to experience the mountains and be a part of that small town community?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm used to the mountains, but the one thing that is a switch up is the red rock. Like the mountains here are beautiful because back where I'm from at home, they're snowy and I mean, they're still beautiful, but here it's red. Like the sunsets are amazing. Like it's just a small town, just beautiful nature.
And you look at conference play continuing to roll on. This is a unique year for the WAC. I know it's your first year in the WAC, but playing each team 3 times is something that's a bit of a gauntlet. And so this week, actually tomorrow, so a shortened week Wednesday, you'll play Utah Valley, then you'll play Utah Tech on Saturday. What is going to be key is this is now the second time you've seen these teams. What are some of the adjustments that you guys have talked about to be able to carry on this momentum and come out with a win?
Yeah, with how the schedule is, we're going to be super familiar with every team we play. I mean, we're going to have the scouting report down. They're going to know what we do. We're going to know what they're going to do. Tomorrow against Utah Valley, our biggest key is just to not beat ourselves. I mean, they're very well coached and they're well disciplined. They don't make a lot of mistakes. So we believe that we can hang in there if we just don't beat ourselves. We don't shoot ourselves in the foot with stupid turnovers. We take good shots. We think we match up pretty well with them. And then going into the weekend, Utah Tech, they're another good team. They're having a pretty good year. So I think we need to dominate the paint a little bit more in that one, because when we saw them the first time, we were hanging with them in the second half, and then they kind of blew it open. They blew it open in the second half and kind of started making three. So just little adjustments you make here and there. Team we play from here on out.
For you personally, what are some of the things that Coach Jeter and the rest of the coaching staff have challenged you with just to continue to be better and grow and be a huge asset for this team?
The biggest thing they want from me is just they want me to be more of a vocal leader. I've always been kind of a lead by example guy and just been the reliable guy, but sometimes I need to use my voice a little bit more, and that's the biggest thing they've challenged me to do. So I'm trying to work on that every day in practice, but it is a struggle, but I feel like I'm making progress. So
quick here, what is your pregame routine that you have to do, superstitious or not, that you need to do every time before you lace it up?
Yeah, I always go get treatment with my boy Chase. He's our athletic trainer. I'll get taped up, and then I'll kind of just go sit in the locker room. The guards are out on the floor before us, so it'll just be me and the rest of the bigs. We'll just kind of sit back and relax, like throw the ball around or whatever. And then I'll put my socks on first, and I'll kind of just I don't like to put my shoes on right away, so I'll kind of hang out in my socks a little bit, then put the socks on, and once my shoes are tied, then it's like ready to go. You're locked in, no more joking around, like hit the court, go start getting warmed up, get the body moving, stuff like that.
Right foot first, left foot first, doesn't matter.
Left foot first for sure.
Left foot.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Jaiden, it has been incredible catching up with you. We wish you the best of luck for the rest of the season. You guys will take on Utah Valley tomorrow, Wednesday at home, and then Utah Tech, you'll hit the road to take on the Trailblazers. Of course, you can view all those games on ESPN+. As always, Jaiden, best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.